All right. Ooh. Controller wasn't allowing me to move forward. I could only turn the camera for a second.
I am pleased to see you again. Would you like me to hold you once more? Now, come closer.
Let's see if she has anything to say. I do like the idea of becoming a, like, death magician. I think that would be cool.
You are so
Hiccup.
very warm. Then good day to you.
Okay, she's got nothing new to say. I am interested in magic. Very interested. I'm interested in a faith build, but I know it's tough because... Ooh, 115 plus 26. I wish I could see the... This one might be really good, actually. Cross Naginata. I wish I could see the range of a weapon. 136 plus 43. Let's compare this to my pay. 164 plus 46. Okay. All right. Well, I guess. What do we want to do? Do we want to try some more Kaled and see if we can brute force some stuff, or do we just want to move forward with Liurnia? Let's go forward with Liurnia, I guess. There's still a lot of stuff in Kaled that we can do, but... I'd say Kaled because progress in Kaled means less Kaled to do. I actually like Kaled. I like that area. I think it's interesting. The issue with doing it in first person just means I'm fighting a lot of big enemies that can kill me very easily, while I can't do a lot of damage to them. But I did Kaled before Liurnia, my first time, and I managed. It was just rough. But let's do this. So here we have Hidetaka, who, if you look, is actually Irina.
Hello? Is someone there? My name is Hidetaka, and I'm journeying in search of the distant light. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? My eyesight has been weak since birth, you see. I can't tell which way I'm supposed to go next, but when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden. Oh, many thanks to you. Now I can feel the distant light once more. You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you. You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers...
All right, we have stepped foot into Liurnia. We can also do Shofra. So Hidetaka is Irina. Her body is reanimated. Church of Irith.
You're tarnished, aren't you? Then perhaps you could spare some runes. Believe it or not, I studied glintstone sorceries at the Academy of Rea Lucaria. For a small donation, I'd be happy to share my knowledge. Well, bless you, bless you. You're a true saint. My name is Topes. Presuming you're interested, I can teach you sorceries, as promised. Only, none of them are particularly great. Apologies, friend. I'm afraid my meager sorceries are no match for your generosity. Oh, right. I can tell you what I know about this place. That should help a bit. You've seen that structure to the north, towering over the water. That's the Academy of Rea Lucaria, where we study glintstone sorceries. Only its doors have been closed for quite some time now. After they declared they wouldn't interfere with the shattering, the Academy cast repelling seals on the east gate leading to the capital, and the south gate leading here. As you might have guessed, the seals are still active, making entry to the Academy impossible without a glintstone key. And so I'm stuck here. A fledgling sorcerer with little chance of acquiring a key.
I love this character.
When I cast the seals, I'd just popped out. And now I'm uprooted from my place of learning.
About the glintstone key.
Why not find yourself a glintstone key? Without one, and you'll never reach the Erdtree capital. And if you find an extra glintstone key, perhaps, once you've tied up all your loose ends, and I can be very patient, would you consider donating it to me? I know it. I'm a bluntstone. Nary a hint of talent for sorcery. But still, my place is at the Academy.
Alright, so we have a few spells we want to get. Glintstone Pebble. Glintstone serves as a conduit, launching magical projectiles at foes. This sorcery can be cast repeatedly while in motion. This is a universal first step on the journey to true knowledge of sorcery. Glintstone Arc. One of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Fires a horizontal arc of magic that spreads outward. The sorcery can be cast repeatedly while in motion. Granted to sorcerers who depart from the Academy to embark on journeys in order to fend off large groups of would-be adversaries. Starlight. Creates a small floating starlight that illuminates surroundings. The sorcery can be cast while in motion. Granted to sorcerers who depart from the Academy to embark on journeys even during the blackest nights, sojourns underground, or imprisonment in jail. The stars are never far from a sorcerer's side.
You've taken an apprenticeship with Selen. Well, that is something. Selen was well known. The most promising sorceress in the history of the Academy. I followed her at school. But there may as well have been an ocean between us. But Selen was expelled from the Academy, accused of unthinkable treatment of certain sorcerers, under the name of the Graven Witch. I still don't believe the accusations. The illustrious Selen would never do such things.
Sacred Tear, yay. All right. I guess there's a graveyard here. We should probably explore this. Oops. I didn't realize I was going to get 2 hit there. Oh, and my Baldekin's Blessing. I forgot to use it. That was silly of me. Let's beat up some skeletons, shall we? The animations make it tough. because you swing wildly around. Academy Scroll. We should definitely take that back to Selen. I need to give the Godskin prayer book back too. So let's visit Selen really quickly, unless Topes wants it.
To learn another? Wonderful. You're most welcome to any of my anemic little spells.
Okay, I do have to give it to Selen. Okay, let's do that real quick. A magic build is calling to me a little bit just because it seems like it will be interesting, but I'm not sure. Bestial stuff still also really is calling to me.
Young apprentice. First things first. You are a tadpole when it comes to magic. Infantile. Without the legs to walk. So, to become a sorcerer, first, you must face your ignorance. Now, shall we start learning?
Put some points in int, she's telling me.
Is that a scroll? Takes me back to my academy days. Very well. This is sorcery with which I'm not entirely unfamiliar. I'll be sure to incorporate it into one of your lessons. Never lose that inquisitive spirit, my apprentice.
Swift Glintstone Shard. Glintstone serves as conduit. Those unworthy of the Stone Crown typically end their brief journey into sorcery here. And Great Glintstone Shard, yeah. I really like these. Man, I have so many thoughts about sorcery builds, and like pure casting is very cool. Definitely very cool. But in this game in particular, sorcery is so strong, just so ridiculously powerful that I feel the way that people are like, I only play Souls games with no summons, no ashes of war. I am going to win by only dodge rolling. Like, that is how I feel about when people are like, I'm going to use Moonveil and Phalanx and stuff like just like the most standard build of all time is like, I find it so boring. Which, I mean, to be fair, the game isn't very hard. So like, use what tools are available to you. But like, it's just crazy to me that, especially in this game, there are just like, if you're gonna play int, you're gonna have access to the best and most useful weapons in the game. You get access to Moonveil, and you get access to the Moonlight Greatsword, or the Dark Moon Greatsword in this game. So you have literally the two highest represented weapons in the online meta just available to your build if you do strength or dex. So it's just crazy how strong that is. And like, no other build really has that benefit. Like faith weapons, you're using weapons that your bosses are resistant to by the end of the game. And then, you know, using dexterity weapons in general, or like quality builds, you know, a lot of the best weapons in the game there too are just like curved greatswords, pole arms, like just stuff like that. It's just, it's a little dry, and I always want to play with something a little bit funkier than that. That's why I really like whips, because they have like a really good bleed synergy. They're really great at status build up, basically no matter what status you want to build them for. and they have like really natural synergies with like arcane and dragon stuff. Same with claws. Claws interact with those very, very well. They're a shoe-in for arcane in a way that like kind of makes other weapons of those types a little bit less necessary, or like less so overpowered that you should just use them. Because that's always kind of been my issue with Moonveil and the Dark Moon Greatsword, is that if you have an int build, why aren't you using those two? Like, other than purely just saying, like, I am making the game harder for myself by not using them, there's very little incentive not to build for them if you have dex or strength, period. And I'm just trying to think of any other weapons in the game or any other builds that really suffer from that issue. Because like if you want to do bleed, you can use the spiked fists, you can use claws, you can use whips, you can use short sword, or not short swords, curved swords. Like you have a lot of options, but when you have intelligence, you sort of just do everything really good. And it's just very funny that like the two most popular weapon types literally are best represented within builds in this game. People love katanas and people love great swords. Yeah, well, I mean, Moonveil being available early too is another thing that just makes it really crazy, because it is one of those weapons that like once you get it, why would you ever switch off of it? And that's not me saying it's like a bad weapon. In fact, it's a very good weapon. I just find it very boring. Like, I don't fault people for using it because it's so good. It's the same thing when people use like Rivers of Blood for bleed builds, because it is very strong. But I'm like, well, you could use more interesting things. Like, it's not so broken that it's better than every other option. Lost Grace discovered. Hello, sir.
You're new around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as anyone else's.
This guy's outfit is fire.
Why don't you take a look at my wares? Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands on them, eh?
S-Stock. Large piercing sword with a hard bladed edge, which is also capable of slashing attacks. So this is just a regular thrusting sword. Interesting. The twin blades are very cool. They are very, very cool. I do really like them. Astrologer robe, nomadic warriors cookbook. I do want to buy the cookbooks so that I have them. That's less than I thought, than I remembered. Okay, that's fine. We don't need to touch that. Let's grab our map. This area is going to be beautiful. Baldekin's Blessing is weird because it's an item that uses FP. And yeah, the Moonveil's art is extremely useful, which is yet another thing that makes it really, really solid. Katanas do have a great moveset, though. Like, that is part of the thing, is like, the katana moveset is so versatile. You can hit any enemy with a katana. Like, you never have to argue with it. Every single button does a different thing. And, like, that's kind of what makes it really valuable. And why I think a lot of people really like them. Map of Liurnia East. Here we go. Liurnia East. Traveling through this area on foot is so unique. Ouch. Like, it makes it so much more, like, I don't know, weirdly picturesque. Why do you have so many arms? Are you grafted too? What is over here? Just you guys? I wish some of the perfumer like setup stuff was a little bit cooler. Maybe I'll play with curved swords. I haven't played with curved swords in a very long time. I think the last time I did a curved sword build was a curved greatsword build in Dark Souls 2, where I made a Murakumo quality build, and that was very fun. That is an amazing weapon in that game. Very, very, very cool weapon. There is also an SS quality scaling weapon in that game, the Dragon's Curved Greatsword or whatever. I think it's maybe one of the only Souls games that has an SS. Was it SS? It might have been SA scaling weapon for quality. Very, very good weapon. All right. Oh, look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful everything is. This game. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Let's light this grace. But not sit at it, because we don't need to. Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook. Nice. Which ones are these? Inventory. Cocoa Glintstone Freezing Grease. Okay. Oh, ice. A frostbite is something that I do genuinely think is interesting. It's like a skill that I never, or a status that I never played with. So that could be intriguing to examine. These things can poison each other, I think. Yes, poison each other, idiots. Yeah, these things rupture from poison. So they'll poison each other and then explode. There's a lot of fun platforming you can do here as well. Thought you were dead. Affogato says frost is really fun to use. Yeah, I never touched it. I don't even fully remember what it does. I know it slows people and it affects their defense, right? Right? Is that it? Something like that. I don't remember. I remember there being an uproar about Hoarfrost Stomp. And that was like a big thing for a small period of time. The Laskjar Ruins. There's got to be a way underground, right? Yeah, it lowers defenses. Yeah, could be cool. Could be cool to play with. Again, we're kind of in a middle ground for our build right now. It probably would have been more beneficial for us to level universal stats and just coast off of weapon upgrades, but at the same time, I'm already feeling like I'm not doing enough damage. I feel like I'm really falling behind the damage curve, so I don't know. Yep. Nice. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, you're so fast in first person. I can't keep up. Brutal. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I end up playing. I do kind of want to prioritize getting through Rhea Lucaria. These things do have a weakness with healing, but I don't unfortunately have any miracles, so... Fuck. No, it's over. There goes my souls. These guys are going to be really tough because they move so quick. Ghost Glove Wort, excellent. Oh my god, is there another one? No. They're just summoning buddies. Okay. Alright, we got our souls back, basically. The question is there another one right here? There is. Okay, it's not many armed. It's just another set of them. Okay, ritual pot. What is a ritual pot? Container required for crafting ritual pot items. Empty pot somehow mends itself when broken. Special item with greater durability than a cracked pot. Essential vessel for crafting ritual pot items. The materials and magic sealed within deploy their effects when the pot is thrown. There we go. I remember this piece now. All right. I think this is a return portal, not a exit portal. Oh, it's not. Travel to another location. Where does this bring us? Oh, yes. The front of Rayaluk area. I am excited for this. I am excited for this area. Yeah, this is pretty far away from where I was. Let's go back here. Oh, you know what? We do need to go back here. Because we got a great room. We got to talk to Vare. We got to let him know. Motherfuck. Find yourself maidenless? Off to Liurnia with you then. Seek the Rose Church west of Gate Town. Bravo. Okay. Is there anything else? Trying to make sure there's no NPC interactions I missed, because I don't remember. Can go here. This is part of Roger's quest, isn't it? Because I just realized I never checked back this place either. Smithing stone. I need to be better about that, not rushing forward. Ooh, Manor Tower Shield. Cool. They just waited for me politely. Surely what you seek is somewhere close by. Smithing stone. Is it down there? Is that what he's talking about? I think so. Why isn't it letting me pick that up? There we go. Golden rune. Aha. Gotcha. So he also encountered Godwin, but he went through this way. And that explains why he would speak to Fia and all that. Okay. Yeah, this just leads back down there. I thought, where was he? Where was his spot? Oh, I know what I forgot. I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to pick up something from Godwin. That's why Fia's not giving me more stuff. I forgot there's a key item here. Bye. Regier was killed here. And that's how he got infected. That's what I needed to look at. And now if we go to the round table hold, we should be able to do this. I knew I forgot fucking something.
Always good to see you safe. So, what do you need?
About the corpse under Stormvale.
The misshapen corpse under Stormvale. That is a sacred relic of the Black Knives plot, as that famed night of assassination is known. It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and on a bitter night, murdered Godwin the Golden. That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history, and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering. I once wished to become a scholar, you see. I've spent many an hour scouring the archives for knowledge of that fateful plot. The world has grown crooked, and if you intend to put it to rights, you'd better understand what happened to make it this way.
And that thing is to blame for the shape I'm in now. I urge the utmost caution. Don't disturb the corpse more than necessary.
All right. Learn skills. We have all of his skills. Affogato said, did you fight the Crucible Knight that was down there? He has not spawned unless I just forgot where he was. I also keep meaning to speak to Gideon, and I keep forgetting. I'll do that after talking to Fia.
I am pleased to see you again. Would you like me to hold you once more? Now, come closer. You are so very warm. My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke. In truth, I've heard tell from someone else about the Black Knife Prince that fascinate dear Roger so.
Knife print clue.
But it wouldn't be right to give this to him, stuck as he is in the Round Table hold. Perhaps you could make use of it?
Mocha says, I have a feeling that we'll probably never get an answer as to why at least part of Godwyn is down in Stormvale. Well, it's said that a visage of Godwyn is in Stormvale, and it's sprouting roots, and it's like persistent through the Erd trees. So it seems like it is sprouting in Stormvale. I don't think it was literally there because, like, for any particular reason. I think that's a big root from the Great Tree. And because the death root has poisoned everything and Godwyn's corpse has poisoned everything, that's probably where he spilled a lot of blood. And his just essence as a being that lives in death now is just sprouting there like a disease from the tree. Let's go speak to Gideon, I guess, because we've been meaning to.
You've received the wisdom of the Two Fingers, have you not? Then, just as promised, I bid you welcome. As a true member of the Round Table, I am known as Gideon Ofnir. As a Tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord, I am accumulating knowledge. To be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant. You'll be after more great runes now, eh? Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge. The inheritors of the great runes, the Shard Bearers. We of the Round Table know the location of 5 of them, including the one you defeated. Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. General Radahn, who fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds. Praetor Rykard, Lord of the Volcano Manor of Mount Gelmir. Morgoth, the Grace-Given, Veiled Monarch and Lord of Leyndell. And Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of Rhea Lucaria's Academy. You'll still be after more great runes, won't you?
Yes, so Avogado says, it is a strange part of him. It's another growth of Deathroot. It's missing his eyes. Yes, it is. But at the same time, we know, like, just in general, that the Deathroot is growing everywhere, spreading everything. And I don't think it's that far of a stretch to say the reason why there are multiple visages of him is because his influence is spreading. I don't think that's that strange. Godric.
So, Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. Despite being the blood of Godfrey, first Elden Lord, he's a grotesque old fool grasping for power. His castle lies upon the cliff to Limgrave's northwest, but I suspect you know that well enough already.
My second, it's fun. This is fun. The second Lord of the Rings. The second Elden Ring guidebook just got here. I've had the first one since it came out. I forgot to buy the second one. So that just arrived. It's sitting in my hands right now. Brewing just handed it to me. This one's got the first page I opened, Crucible Knights. Cool. Put that on the floor. Is there anything new to say about Godric?
So, Godric, despite being the blood of Godfrey, first Elden Lord, his castle lies at, I suspect.
Yep.
General Radahn, the famed Red Lion and Scourge of the Stars, is a ferocious warrior. He fought Melania and her, and now Caelid has been engulfed by the Scarlet Rot. Even approaching the region is no mean feat. I've heard survivors of Radahn's army are still in the wilds, staving off the rot with fire. And if it's true, I suspect Radahn is still there as well, in Caelid. Though, I doubt he much resembles his former self anymore. Praetor Rykard is the Lord of the Volcano Manor on Mount Gelmir. He is a ruthless justiciar who commands a company of inquisitors, reviled for his serpentine demeanor. The volcano, Mount Gelmir, lies in the west of the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. It was the stage of the most appalling battle in the entirety of the Shattering. Rykard has committed the grave sin of blasphemy, marking himself as an enemy never to be forgiven. Morgoth the Grace-Given is Lord of Leyndell, the capital city. It lies at the foot of the Erd Tree, in the east of the Altus Plateau. But the Two Fingers forbid us from venturing there, until we've acquired enough great runes to repair the Elden Ring. Set your sights elsewhere for the time being. The Veiled Monarch can wait. The Academy of Rhea Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Rennala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy. But Rennala herself is no demigod. Her beloved Radagon left her to become Queen Marika's second husband, taking the title of King Consort. The Great Rune dwells within the Amber Egg that was Radagon's gift to her. I understand you've been speaking to Nefeli. She's my daughter. I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though a mere axe-wielding barbarian, her youthful credulity suited my purposes. So I put her to work. Do not hesitate to employ her. Should her services benefit you, despite her looks, she is more than capable in the press of battle.
All right, so we've learned a lot now. We've learned a lot about all of the different lords. Each one seems to have basically wronged Grace through a different manner of thing. Obviously, Rennala being the only one that isn't actually a demigod, in some sense, at least that we know of. And it also sets up that Rennala was once married to Radagon, a king consort of Marika.
Oh, still need something?
All right, I want to look at the knife print clue really quickly and also use the Baldachin's Blessing because I don't want it on me. Why is it still on me? Okay, it's off. Inventory, let's look. Knife print clue. A map given by Fia, clue to the whereabouts of a black knife print. I think I know where that is. Is that not here? Possibly? I don't think so. I don't think so. It might be there. Let's go check. My guess is no, but we'll check.